Hey, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai. All praises, honor, and glory be to Yahweh and His Son Yahushai. All praises, honor, and glory be to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to you, occupants, teaching the truth and sincerity. And shalom to the rest of the elect. Today I want to go into dry spells. I want to go into feeling like the Lord isn't dealing with you. I want to go into balance. Because as you get older in this faith, you're going to have moments when you're not as fiery as you was before. Or you don't feel that the Spirit of the Lord is supping with you or dwelling with you. But you got to understand that the Most High deals with balance. Alright? You got to understand that this truth isn't one gear. Okay? This truth isn't one thing. There's many aspects to this truth. And as you get older, you start to realize that. And because you're not on auto drive, or you're not on as on fire as you was before, or when you felt like you was at your peak of your fire, doesn't mean that the Lord is not dealing with you. Why? Because the Lord deals with balance. Now I want to get a couple of scriptures going into this topic. This is Proverbs 11:1. A fool's balance is an abomination to the Lord, to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, but a just weight is His delight. So there's going to be points. Well, let me break down the scripture. A fool's balance is an abomination to the Lord. Anything that's not balanced, meaning anything that's just one thing, is an abomination to the Most High. Okay? But a just weight is His delight, meaning something that's balanced, something that's moderate. Okay? Something that's evened out is His delight. Because the Most High is the creator of good and evil and life and death. Everything has an opposing force. Okay? That's what the Most High deal with. So you're going to have moments in this faith when you're on fire. You're going to be on overdrive. You're going to be on auto drive. You're going to be going 100 miles per hour. And then you're going to have moments in this truth when you're going to be going 35, 45 miles per hour. Okay? Because the Most High deals with balance. And you got to remember, you know, as you get older in this faith, you start to realize, like a brother broke down to me, this ain't about you, man. This is about the will of Yahweh and Bahashim Yahushai. You're just a worm. You're just a tool. Okay? You gotta remember, there's 143,999 other tools that the Most High can use. That the Most High is using. It's not just you. Okay? So you're going to have your ups in this truth, and you're going to have your downs in this truth. That's just a part of life. Okay? Your life isn't just one thing, and we're going to get into that. This is Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And this is something that you got to realize, and you have to understand. Okay? There's a time and season for everything. There's a time and season for every emotion. There's a time and season for every action. Okay? So it says, to everything there is a time and a season, and to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die. Okay? A time to be born and a time to die. Now, you're not going to war while you're born. You're not killing while you're born. You're not planting while you're born. You're just being born. That's one action. Just like that's just one aspect of this truth. Being born again. Okay? A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Okay, there's a time to sow and there's a time to reap. in general, we're living in the last times. We're living in the end times, which means we're living in a time of war. But that doesn't mean, or that doesn't stop the many aspects of life. Okay? That doesn't stop the balance of the Most High. So it says, a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. Okay? So it's a time to kill and there's a time to heal, there's a time to break down, there's a time to pluck up. Let me keep going. A time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. Okay? Which correlates with the many aspects in this truth. Okay? Because this truth is more than just calling the white man the devil. That pushing the word is top priority. Charity is top priority. But growing in the knowledge is another priority. Because you got wicked ass niggas so-called pushing the word. You got niggas that's teaching the word for vainglory's sake. You got niggas teaching the word for filthy lucre's sake. They're pushing the word, but guess what they lack? They lack growing in this knowledge. They lack the conduct aspects of this knowledge. They lack the living and applying the word. Okay? So there's many aspects to this truth. It's not just one thing. Yes, pushing the word is priority. The spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. But you can't forget the other aspects of his knowledge. Alright? So it says, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Okay? Because when you even look at the prophets of old and all the great men of old, they had their ups and their downs. Alright? Even our Lord and Savior Yahushua had his ups and his downs. He had moments when he was pushing the word. He had moments when he was just building with the disciples, breaking bread with the disciples. He had times when he laughed with the disciples. He kicked back and drank with the disciples. Okay? David, he had times where he went to war and slayed tens of thousands of men. And then other aspects, he had times where he was running for his life. He was in fear from King Saul killing him. So what makes us so different? When we're going to have our fiery moments and then we're going to have our low moments. That doesn't mean that you're not a man of the Lord. You just have other aspects in this straight gate walk, in this straight walk that Yahushua is working on you. Alright? Because this truth isn't one thing. There's going to be moments where you're on fire. There's going to be moments that you're not on fire. There's going to be moments where you got to work other things out in your so-called life. Whether that's your faith, you know, whether you need to study more, whether you need to fast more, whether you need to build with the brothers more, whether, you know, it's your living condition, your family condition. Because this truth isn't just one thing. This is Isaiah chapter 48 verse 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. Okay? You got to remember that aspect of the truth. That we was put on this land of America to suffer, to serve out our captivity, to serve out, to deal with these curses. Don't forget that aspect of the truth. We have curses on us. That's why we need our Redeemer, Yahweh Shah. That's why we need these scriptures. That's why you got to constantly rejuvenate and examine yourself, whether you be of the faith. Okay? You got to take time out for yourself to grow in this knowledge. Don't forget to pray, to read, you know. Yeah, it's all good that you're pushing the word out, but don't forget to take time out to go back into the history and learn the mistake of our forefathers and learn the righteous acts of our forefathers, so you can apply it to your life. So it says, I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. So we're going to be made as gold. We're going to be tried as gold. Okay? We're going to be put through time. We're going to be put through moments, them dry spell moments, so our faiths can be tested. You can't just be out there preaching and don't think the Most High ain't going to test you on what you're teaching. You think you can't be out there teaching and don't think that the Most High is going to put you through these life situations to see where your faith resides. Didn't he send Satan after Job? Didn't Satan attack Yahweh Shah? All of the men of the Lord been through it. So what makes you so different? This is my last scripture. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you. You know, at the moment of time when you're at your low point and you're not on when you're not on fire at the certain times where you used to be on fire, or you was at your peak of your fire, you know, you got Satan attacking you mentally, spiritually. You got demons plaguing your mind, putting negative thoughts in your mind, you know, thinking that you're by yourself, the Lord is dealing with you, the Lord isn't with you. But what did the scriptures say? This is when the scriptures got to come to mind. This is when we got to apply the words that we read and the words that we teach. You understand? It says, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you. Don't think it's strange where nothing's going your way. Don't think it's strange where you ain't do a show in 2 weeks. You ain't read in a week. Don't think it's strange. It says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Don't think it's strange when you lose your job. Don't think it's strange when your wife come up against you. Don't think it's strange when your kids come up against you. Don't think it's strange when your family come up against you. Or whatever in your life goes wrong. Don't think it's strange. Because the Most High is testing you. Okay? He's testing your faith. Where your faith relies. Do you have some sort of character or integrity? He's molding you. He's sculpting you into the man of the Lord that he wants you to be. For the brothers that's a part of the elect. Okay? It says, but rejoice in so much as ye are partakers in Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with his exceeding joy. Okay? So, don't think it's strange, and rejoice that you're being persecuted for this word. Rejoice that you're having ups and downs in this truth. That the Lord is chastising you. That the Lord is molding you in the furnace of affliction. Rejoice. Because just like Yahweh Shai suffered and he had his ups and downs in the faith, you're going to have your ups and downs in the faith. And guess what? You're going to be side by side with Yahweh Shai in the kingdom of heaven, receiving all the glory, just like he received all the glory. Okay? because Yahushua promised us that we'll be joint heirs with him in the kingdom to come. But with that, I pray you brothers was edified. Until next time, I say Shalom.